Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again. Have some new SplinterForge news and content to show you. So this is the test server, and as you may notice, there's a new icon here on the top, and it's called Survival. This is the survival mode that they have been talking about. And what survival mode is there are 12 different bosses that you can fight with increasing difficulty. So the first one starts at 50 hit points, then 100, then 150 on up. And the way you fight these bosses is through your heroes. So you bring all 3 of your heroes with. You don't bring any summoners. And you get to pick up to 30 monsters to bring with you for your team. Each fight will consist of a total of up to 30 mana and up to 5 of your monsters. Now after each battle, when you fight each boss and defeat it, your hero will regenerate his life to full. The monsters, I believe, don't. Let me go and check the Discord. Well, let's do that in a minute. So as you can see, I've defeated the first 2 bosses. I'm fighting the 3rd one. So what you do is you go ahead and click Fight. And you can see here your team, 5 monsters, 30 mana. So which of the heroes do I want to pick? Now this lightning bolt right here with the number 6 means that I could use this hero 6 more times before he becomes fatigued and unusable. So I could use my melee hero 6 times, my magic hero 6 more times, or I could use my ranged hero 8 times. So this boss has 61 health left, 5 speed, 4 attack, 4 range, 3 magic, and has affliction. So that means it's going to be difficult for me to heal. So let's go ahead and try the melee. And now these are all the different monsters that I have left that I can pick from. And I can pick 5 of them and up to 39 mana. So let's see, what do we want to do? Let's just go ahead and just pick a team. So let's take Curse Windiku. So it's got 61 health left. Let's do the double strike. Let's put, well, what's its speed? Speed is only 5. Do I want to worry about armor repair or just try to do as much damage as I can? Let's do Jin Renova just to give a little bit of a strengthen. Let's do Stitch Leech for the damage. And I've got plenty of mana left. Now as you can see, since I don't have a summoner, I don't have armor for a lot of these monsters. So one thing that I'm so used to is I'm used to bringing a summoner that brings armor, and then I can just do a repair. Now you have to be in the mindset of you want to bring monsters with that have protect to give everyone armor. So let's see, let's just do Silent Chevy. Let's see if it'll let me do that team. So now what you're going to do to play survival mode, this is the 3rd boss, so I have to burn 30 forge. And if I defeat the boss, I'll get 150 Electrum. So I was able to defeat the boss, it looks like. It shows the entries. And remember too, this is the very rough draft. This is an alpha of this survival mode, so it's going to look a lot cleaner when it's done. But like for right now, it shows I defeated the boss, I did 62 damage, and I earned 150 Electrum and 150 XP. And then this boss is defeated, so now you can go to the next boss. And as you can see, the bosses scale up in difficulty as you go. If you want to fight the bosses again, it will cost you 5,000 forge to reset and then fight them all again. Now, some other important news for SplinterForge that was just discussed recently is a lot about, well, what are the hero skills and abilities and all that going to be? So this is a guide to, they call them Electrum Mine Runs as survival mode. And all the details are right here. If you go to the SplinterForge.io Discord channel, you can see a link to that. Basically, I'll just go through it real quick. Like you saw, you burn Forge to earn Electrum and XP. It resets daily, so if you want to do it more than once per day, you can spend that 5,000 Forge, run through it again. 12 mini bosses, 4 difficulty levels. All 3 of your heroes enter the mine. Heroes regenerate after every fight. Each hero can be used 8 times before they're exhausted, so with the 12 bosses, you can't use the same hero for all 12. You can only do it for 8. You select up to 30 monsters. No summoners. The only monsters you can bring are neutral and whatever force runes you have on your heroes. So this is going to make force runes, I think, a little bit more attractive for players in their builds. A lot of people are using force runes anyway, but for this survival mode where you're going to want monsters from all the different splinters, you're really going to want to have a decent level force rune for each splinter. So you're not going to want rare. You're probably going to want the epic or legendary force runes that'll allow you to bring, 3 or 4 monsters of a different splinter. When a monster is damaged in a fight, they remain damaged until the next reset. So once your monsters are hurt, they're hurt. Now, one thing that will counter this is monsters that have the heal ability. So these will make healing monsters very attractive to bring for these mine runs. Also, monsters with life leech, because otherwise they're just going to slowly get damaged and they will die. And when a monster is killed in a fight, it's unable to be used until the next reset. So once your monster dies, it's gone. You have to send at least 1 monster per fight. And like I said earlier, you can have up to 5 monsters and 30 mana. But these can be boosted with hero abilities. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I had 39 mana that I had available. And I think in the future there are going to be gems or runes that allow you to bring more than 5 monsters. That may be at the next airdrop. And monster level limits and hero stat limits per difficulty tier are the same as boss abilities. So the level of monster that you can bring is based on the level of the hero that you're fighting, or the level of the boss that you're fighting in the Electrum Mine Run or survival mode. So some other things that they talked about yesterday were the stats. Oh, and hero leveling. That's another thing I wondered about, was how high can you level your hero? He says one thing that is coming is the hero levels and skills. Heroes will be limited to level 50 at the start. But once they get to the second part of hero leveling, you will be able to hit level 100. And there will be other rewards from adventure mode that will be needed for hero leveling. So your heroes can go up to level 50 to begin with. So this is another reason why I've been saying you should be playing SplinterForge every day to build up your experience points so you'll be able to level your hero. They also said that you won't be able to get all the skills or all the skill levels. So you're going to have to pick and choose where you put your leveling points. And I was wondering too, how many different skills are there going to be? He said right now I can say there are 14 different skills. Some of them are just one-off buys. So it's just you get the skill gives you that ability, and that's all you need to do. Some of the other skills can be leveled. There was a skill, I think I showed you guys in a previous video, where depending on the level of the skill, that's how much extra experience you would get per battle. So if your level was at level 3, you would get an extra 3% experience per level, that type of thing. So just some exciting developments. So we're starting to get a little bit more details on hero leveling. So it looks like they're going to go to level 50 and then eventually 100. Looks like there's going to be 14 different skills. And the nice thing to know too is that you're not going to have to level all of them. Some of them you can just put 1 point in. So if you guys are interested in checking this out, just head on over to the test server at test.splinterforge.io. You'll be able to kind of practice with it, see how you like it. And like I said, this is a very rough alpha draft of this. It's going to look a lot cleaner and be a lot smoother. If you have any suggestions on things you would like to see in this mode, please go to the SplinterForge Discord and leave your suggestions. Look for Blue Goose, or let me see who else. I know Blue Goose is one of the main guys. Blue Goose or Rare Raptor are the 2 people that you need to talk to if you have any suggestions. So there you have it, guys. There is some exciting SplinterForge news and updates coming around the corner. They're actively working on it. This is one of the reasons I've been really bullish on SplinterForge, is I know the game is just in its beginning stages and going to continue to grow and expand as the weeks and months go by. So now is the time to get in and start playing and getting that XP built up for your hero when the survival mode goes live in the not too distant future. Okay, guys, hope you found this content useful. As always, please leave comments, questions if you have any. I will get back to those as soon as I can. Until then, remember, keep on forging.